Welcome back, awesome Action Toy fans and subscribers. Today is Sunday the 29th of October 2023 and we have a JoyToy Warhammer 40k triple bill, but it's essentially the same figure in different colours and a few different bits and bobs here and there. So we have Salamanders Blade Guard Veteran, we have White Consuls Blade Guard Veteran, and we have the Dark Angels Blade Guard Veteran. Quick look at the boxes. Salamanders, possibly going to be my favourite of the bunch, purely because that unhelmeted head just looks really nice. Pretty cool. Blade Guard Veteran, pretty similar. Again, alright unhelmeted head, not as good as Salamander's one. Looks like a white Mr. T. That's what it looks like. And then we have the Dark Angels. Probably my least favourite of them, of the unhelmeted heads. That inking doesn't look so great, almost too much on that. But again, it's pretty much the same figure. Okay, I'm going to box these, set them up. Please consider joining the Patreon, link in the top right of your screen now. Free for 7 days. Get to see all the videos as uploaded before they are published onto YouTube. There is exclusive content, and you get extra and inclusive entries into our prize draws and competitions when we have them. As one going on now to a Judge Dredd action figure, but I think by the time you see this video that prize draw might have gone, because that prize draw was on the 31st of October, but worth popping in and having a look. I will see you all in a second when I have these guys unboxed. Stay tuned. Here they are. Okay, so we'll take a look at accessories first, but before that, my one I thought the favourite, or my listing of which is my favourite, which is not my favourite, has actually changed quite drastically, and we'll look at that in a second. So we'll look at accessories. I use these Salamander accessories because they're the same for each one. So they all come with a foot plate, a base. They all come with 2 pairs of additional hands. So you have a right trigger standard, you also get the left trigger hand. You get a right gripping standard, you get the, left gripping standard, you get the right gripping. Come on, get a little focus, there we go. And you get the almost compulsion now, left and right fists. They all come with a holstered and unholstered pistol to clip on. Obviously you can't take the pistol out. And they all come with a pistol, which you can see the Salamander holding there, the sword and shield, but slightly different in the paint apps, obviously. Let's look at the Salamander head. Now, I was really looking forward to this head, and I wasn't looking forward to the Dark Angels head, but I've had to swap. Dark Angels now my number 1, Salamander slipped down to possibly number 3. And excuse my voice, got with a cold a man. So this is the head that came with the Salamander. It's like, what? Yeah, the sculpt's nice, but that paintwork is just... Yeah, just slap some paint on that. It's no need to highlight or shade. Just slap some paint on. It's just a bit lacking. It's a bit lackluster. That's no way near as good as compared to the box. So let me grab the box again quickly now. Compare that head and this head. Just plop some red paint in his eye socket. Not having a great job in the eye socket neither. Yeah, so... Due to the reason I wanted he was going to be my number 1 is the head, is now putting him into number 3 possibly. Okay, let's look at the White Consuls. Same accessories. This is the alternate head. He comes with that, the white Mr. T. Much better in person than it was on the back of the box because the inking isn't quite as heavy. Bit too glossy on the hair, and a couple of issues with the paint apps, but like there, but nothing major. And then the one that I was least looking forward to for the unhelmeted head sculpt is the Dark Angels. It's probably worked out to be the best. Is this one. Not overly inked at all. Very expressive. The scar. I'm not sure about the eyes going up at the side. There's another scar. But that is the best head at the bunch in my opinion. Now let's get a close look at the figures. So what is really nice with these figures, and you can see here on the Salamander, they've got highlighting. It's not in white, but you can see there's yellow, a lighter green to yellow hue highlighting done. And they've also got the inking as well. But the inking's very light. And this is the gun they all come with. very cool indeed. Let's look at the stand up for me. Let's look at the white consuls. Nicely done to the eyes. The inking on the clothes is pretty good. Some subtle inking. Hard. They got more shading. Can't really highlight the white, but they got sort of more of a dirty shading, weathering look done to them. So you see that quite nicely on the forearms there. A little bit on the pauldron. Quite a lot on the backpack they've got. You can see it more clearly on the back of the lower legs as well. Another nice looking figure. And then lastly, my pick of the bunch, the Dark Angels. I think the inking is a bit hard to pick out on the camera, but the inking's worked much better on this sort of shade. It's very, very nice, and got a bit of highlighting going on too. The highlighting looks best on the Salamanders, but the inking's probably the best on this one. And the eyes look fantastic on this one as well. Very, very cool indeed. Okay, so I will go through articulation on one because it's going to be the same on all. I will choose my Salamanders guy. Just take his gun out. I should note that the fingers aren't overly stiff or overly bendable, sort of in the middle, which is quite a nice balance. The swords can be stowed, as you can see there. So from top to bottom, the nozzles on the back should turn. There we go. This doesn't turn, that'll pop out if you try. Head, left, right, very nice. Up, down's okay, side's okay. There's the ratchet shoulders turning around. I know laterally is going to be really poor. Much further than that. And his arms will pop out of joint. There is a really nice shoulder roll. Look at that. It's going to help getting his arm across his body very nicely for holding some weapons and some poses. There is a bicep swivel. The bicep bend is limited by the forearms, but it's about 90 degrees. Not too ugly on the bicep. Hands on a double barbell so you can turn and you can pose in any direction. They're limited by this protector there. Trunk, so good forwards, backwards, side to side is good, turn is good. Waist can turn too. Trunk and waist together. Forwards is alright. Backwards is superb. Little hole, but not too worried about that gap. Side by side will depend on which way you're going. It's not overly great, but it's acceptable. You can turn from the waist. Hips, not very far outwards because all these sculpting and the accessories in the way. Forwards, I'll move this out the way. Might have to take that off, really. Forwards is decent for the bulk. Backwards is okay. In fact, forwards is a little bit smaller than I was hoping for. There is a thigh turn, double kneecap, new kneecap system again. Well, it's not new now, I've had it for quite a while, but it's not overly ugly. They have a double barbell on the foot so you can turn every direction, which is fantastic. You can pivot, you can tippy toe, you can dorsiflexate, and you've got a bend in the toes. So very, very nice indeed. Now let's get a look at size. The box says 12.1. That's normally to the top of the head. They're usually accurate, sometimes not, and I'm saying that this is not accurate. He is well over 12.1. He is approaching 12.5. Yeah, approaching 12.5. Very, very nice indeed. These are great looking figures. Now let me do a couple of comparisons. So let's begin with a White Consuls Intercessor. and see how he looks compared to a Blade Guard veteran. Bear in mind, this guy's got his backpack but no weapons. You can see that he is considerably smaller than the Blade Guard veteran. So quite a bit of a difference there. Let's make a bit more space. Let's look at a body one Invicta Warsuit pilot. Body one is not a Games Workshop thing. This means the JoyToy bodies. And you see he's a considerably smaller as well, even smaller than the Intercessor. Take him out. And let's go for an adversary, a rather big boy in comparison. Let's go for a Chaos Terminator, who is more chunky, not as tall to the top of the head, but bigger overall and more chunky overall as well. These are nice figures. I mean, from the box and looking at the pictures, I was like, yes, Salamander's going to be my favourite, and the Dark Angel's going to be my least favourite. Then getting them in hand, the Dark Angels one is, in my opinion, definitely the best looking one, but that's just my feelings and thoughts. Maybe you have different feelings and thoughts. You can let me know in the comments below. Okay, this is finished. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share, subscribe. See you on the Patreon. Check the video comments or the video description for some discount links where you can buy your 40k and other stuff from. And I will, your 40k JoyToy figures, I should say, and other action figures. And I'll see you next video. Stay happy, keep collecting. Bye-bye.